Guys, Georgiasaur here. Welcome back. You know what time it is. We have our Reshiram here because you know we're still going to open up some black and white, but we haven't seen this boy in a while, our Squirtle from Stellar Crown. That means we're going to be opening up some Stellar Crown. But again, black and white, we have our bundles. We got 3 of each, 36 packs. And in order to make that the same with Stellar Crown, we have 9 build-in battles. We couldn't get the bundles. We got 9 build-in battles. Obviously, 4 in each. 9 times 4, 36. So we're going to be opening up booster box amounts of both. Obviously, we're looking for our Squirtle and our Bulbasaur, our little pro tags there. And Reshiram, we still have some stuff to be looking for in black and white. So make sure to stick around and see what we get. So obviously we're gonna go ahead and start with Stellar Crown. We're looking for our boy Squirtle and Bulbasaur. Those are the 2 that we would be very happy seeing here. Obviously we have Terrapagos and all that stuff too, but we're looking for those 2 in my opinion more than anything. We're gonna start that there. And here we can do our little old trick of just 3 to the front, or 1 to the front, but we're going to see how it turns out by the end of this, what ends up going with Stellar Crown, if anything worthwhile comes out, or if it's just going to be another shutdown comparison with Prismatic Evolutions. We've had some luck with Stellar Crown, but it's been a long time since we last opened some Stellar Crown, so let's see what ends up coming out here. Hopefully something worthwhile comes out. We are doing 36 packs, but again, they are all build-in battles. So what we ended up doing here, they're going to be rounds of 6, being basically 1 is the bundle of 6, the build-in battle of 4, and then 2 other ones from another build-in battle. So this is basically a build-in battle and a half. So we got our Cinderace to start us off, our full art Cinderace. Gonna go right here on the throne to start us off. Our first hit. So first card is a throne card and first hit is a throne card. So only 1 so far, basically being that was 4, meaning that was 1 build-in battle. Now let's see if in these 2 we got something else. We got our deluxe ace spec, which I'll put in a sleeve in a bit. And our last pack of 6. Let's see if anything worthwhile comes out. There's our 3, and we got a Slowking and Melmetal. So it's just the A spec, which is not going to count towards anything with black and white, and a full art. So starting off with, I think, something, but black and white's going to beat that out no problem. So now we're going to see black and white. Obviously here, I'm pretty sure, I'm definitely going to be hoping that black comes over white, or black and white comes over our freaking Stellar Crown, but I did not end up doing that. Our little trick, I was going to do the triple threat, and it's already beating it out with an illustration rare and an EX. So first pack to be opened for black and white, which is just white right here, already beating our Stellar Crown, because again, it is a full art, so an illustration rare is going to be taking down a full art. So first pack already wins the first round for White Flare. Now, let's see what else can come out here in this bundle, because again, this is a bundle of 6 packs, so we still have a good amount of packs to go. Got our Archeopops, our Archeopops, our Archeopops, however you want to say it. Probably Archeopops, Archeops, something like that. But again, I don't really worry about the pronunciation of these guys that much. There's our code for y'all. And let's see. Because again, now whatever else comes out here is better for us, because now what we need, just a few more cards. We need 3 illustrations, which now all the illustrations that we don't need are coming out. We got that Swoobat right there, but we need 3 only now, compared to when we were opening up and we still needed a lot of the cards. Now we only need 3. There's our Lillipup, Deerling, and Hydrogen full art. So full art for full art already there as well, but basically anything else coming out here is above already the freaking Cinderace, because Cinderace, again, not really anything big in that. It's just a regular old full art. And hydrogen is a full art as well. Even though the rainbow, you would say, oh, it's a different type of full art, but not. It's just a regular old full art. Got our Pokeball there. And our last pack here for white. We know this round goes to white, but let's see if in this last pack for this bundle, we can get another little something to come out, which we do not, but goes to White Flare. So kind of hoping to get more stuff with Stellar because we have not opened it in a while. I remember it fondly, but at the same time, I know that it doesn't really give any value card-wise. There's not many cards here that have big value. If anything, is just Squirtle and Bulbasaur, but obviously any type of set that we open up, we are looking for the big boys. And those being just regular illustration rares, they are the big boys here. So kind of just want to see those guys show up. So now those are basically the 2 packs from a previous build and battle one. Now these 4 are their own build and battle box. So again, depends on what kind of stuff you're getting. Obviously build and battles, it's not like you're assured anything. There's only 4 packs. So getting anything like this Galvantula is probably a big win for anyone that ends up opening. So there's a regular EX right there, and it's gonna go there to the count, which a bundle of black and white can be lesser than just a regular EX. We got one where we just got a Pokeball, so doesn't mean after a EX it's already out for the count, but we will see how it ends up becoming or turning out by the end of this bad boy. There's our code and our 3. I got one more pack after this, another A-Spec, same A-Spec again, which I remember that when we were opening this, that A-Spec comes out a lot. Not like the tree that was the big one for this set, I think. And then our last one, just an A-Spec and an EX for this round too. So again, nothing big for this round. Again, black should be able to take it down. Our black bolt here, if it's anything like we did with White Flare, this black bolt should be able to take it down no problem. All we need is an EX and an A-Spec, which basically I'll count the A-Specs as Pokeballs because again, it's not like black and white has any A-Specs. So let's count it as a Pokeball because again, these amounts for these packs in Stellar Crown, nothing really big happening there. And again, with black and white, we could get absolutely nothing too, because we already had a bundle where all we did was get a Pokeball in there. So if we got the luck, the bad or good, depending on who gets put up against what, we could have some good or bad luck, which so far, nothing. Nothing so far. We need an EX and a Pokeball, and that would tie, so hopefully something ends up happening. If not, then there's just another horrible bundle with our Pokeball. There we go. And there's our EX. So tied up already with just that one. Whatever comes out extra here in these 2 packs, we'll end up taking it for black. If not, they'll just end up staying tied. But we got our Panpour. Another Pidove. Hey, a second Pidove. One for you. One for you. There we go. So there's our illustration rare. And let's see by how much more it beats Stellar Crown with that illustration and end up taking it for it. And now let's see if here we get another little extra card or not. And sometimes it's super hard to get out of this little wrap. But our last code for round 2. And what do we get left with here? Our Pokeball. And that's it. So beats it up by a little extra of a Pokeball and an illustration rare. Okay, so round 3 for Stellar. Honestly, I'm just hoping for something from Stellar now because it'd be pretty sad that after this long that there's nothing else that comes out. So in this pack, here's our 3. We ended up getting only a Klinklang, Iron Boulder, and our, I don't remember, last one, probably something else, Noctowl. But obviously, what we're looking for, you guys already know, it's the big boys. And here we can do our final 3. But anything worthwhile is going to be nice because, again, Greninja. Anything that comes out I haven't seen in a while. Got our EX. And that basically means, like, I just want to see something worthwhile here for Stellar Crown. We haven't opened it in a long time, and actually very long time. I'll probably clip there a video for you guys to watch the last time we opened up Stellar Crown. But nothing really big ends up coming out from these videos of Stellar. Usually we compare them to something, and then nothing huge came out. But when we started, we would get Squirtle and Bulbasaur all the time. And now that they're worth a lot... So speaking of it, we got the alt. There we go, our Dachsbun. This is the one that we've seen the most, actually. So Dachsbun EX, our little alt card right here. This is the one that we've actually pulled the most in comparison to all the alts. And I haven't even pulled the Terrapagos, but Dachsbun right there for us. So this box at least has something nice in it. An EX and an alt. Now let's see if we can have anything else for it to go up against White Flare with our Nimble, our little Derpy, Gulpin, and Bouffalant. And in our last one, which alt makes this interesting, meaning it's going to be, we need something big from White Flare in order to fight. If not, it's going to stay in the lane with one more to an EX. So 2 EXs and an alt to go up against here in our third round. Okay, so now let's go back to white and let's see how this turns out. It does have its brown cut out for it because it needs to beat 2 EXs and an alt. So let's see if there's even any possibilities of that happening. But we're gonna see. It all depends. Again, it's always the luck of the comparison if something is worthwhile or not. But we already got the EX, so that's one down already. Meaning we need one more and an alt. So that alt needs to be either an alt or maybe one of the big mono cards. If one of the mono cards come out, it's always gonna change the game completely. Oh, a Scrafty and a Pokeball. So that's a good, I like that. That's a nice, cute illustration. And there's another Scrafty right there too. So we already have it either way, so not for the master set, because the master set's already basically close to the end. But we got an illustration and a Pokeball. Now, hopefully this keeps up going, because at this point, we need something to take down the alt, because we need another EX, even though that the illustration rare is right there. We need another EX to take down the Greninja, because we already have one EX and a Pokeball and an illustration rare. So goes to show you, it doesn't really matter if you're pulling stuff, if you don't get stuff to beat the one that's being compared to, it makes it a little harder to go against it. So far that means it's 2 rounds black and white, 1 round. If it ends up being that way, there's another EX. So now we're gonna have to think a little bit, because it's basically 2 EXs. The EXs are knocked out, but there's an alt and an illustration rare. Depending on what else comes out here, we're gonna have to compare and contrast. If it's just one illustration rare, obviously it's not gonna go up against it, but depending on if we get anything else worthwhile, like another illustration rare or a Master Ball, gonna have to talk about who ends up being the one to win. But there's our code. And our last one, which is gonna be the last decider here, a Joltik. And I think even though it did kind of end up giving some stuff, our 2 EXs, this is definitely not gonna beat our Dachsbun. So first round for Stellar Crown to win. That means 2 to black and white, 1 to Stellar Crown. Okay, so back to Stellar Crown. Now it has some money in the game with that 1 win. We'll see if it keeps it going with this type of hit rate, because if it does, that's going to be the best thing to see. Because again, even though we did pull an alt, the reason why we have Squirtle out there is because we do want to see some Squirtle and Bulbasaur action. We'll see how it turns out by the end of this, just in case. If not, well, there we're starting off with a Kofu, so a full art is not a bad start. We got 1 there, but if that's all that ends up coming out, it kind of would be a start that doesn't really do much. Code for y'all, and R3, Love the 3 trick way better than the going through the entire thing, because sometimes I accidentally end up pulling some stuff I shouldn't, or seeing something that should have just been more of a surprise to myself. But this trick of 3, a lot easier to do. Which we can do that on black and white and prismatic, which we've done 2 black and white and prismatic videos where we put them up against each other. Make sure to check that one out if you haven't seen it. And with those, you have to go through basically the entire thing. An A spec, meaning that's not really going to show up much. But here we can just do the triple. So full art and A spec, which A spec's counting towards our Pokeball. Let's see if this last one has nothing to show, but an A spec and a full art, meaning that this one for black and white, that's what it's gonna have to beat our Kofu and our Grand Tree. Black Bolt is gonna only have to beat 2 cards, which is not anything hard for it to do here, because again, just 2 cards, a Pokeball and a full art basically. Because again, that A spec, no possibilities for that kind of stuff here in black and white. So that leaves it up to that point where who knows if it'll show its face or not. But again, trying to do that triple trick, but here we can't do that. And those shiny energies just leave me expecting stuff. But there's our full art. So we got our full art for full art. At least that goes right there, and both trainer full arts. So now I just need a Pokeball, and that leaves it down to a tie, which there's our Pokeball, meaning it's a tie at this point. We need 1 more, and we have 3 packs. So again, that's what ends up happening, where it gives its own amount at the start, like, oh, you guys need to beat this, and by the end it's like, we already have the beat, we already have it beat, and we got a Master Ball and an Escalvier. We need that one. We needed that illustration rare. So that is one of the 3 illustration rares that we needed down. So definitely already takes that round. But very good that we pull freaking finally one of the illustration rares we needed from black. Now we only need 2 more. 2 more from black. That's what we need for the illustration rares. Here with our other pack, EX as well. We need 1 more pack, and basically we have 5 hits. We've had it a hit per pack if you count it like that with the Pokeballs. Let's see if we can get 1 more here from this last pack, which we do. We would get like 100% hit rate, which we did. Another Pokeball, meaning we got 6 hits, making it a hit per pack, definitely giving this round to black. So round number 5 for these guys. Stellar Crown has 1 round only so far, but that doesn't mean it's down. We still have these 2 rounds to make it up. Let's see if it does with our A spec there to start us off. So we're starting off with something. But again, that A spec's only gonna count as a Pokeball at this point, because gotta count it for something. Because if not, then Stellar Crown really doesn't have anything going for it. Because all of these have basically giving us an A spec with something else. So we'll see if these guys give us something else. We did get the alt. Can't really count it out at this point, because if it gave us an alt, that means there's still chances for other stuff to come out, which awesome. And if not, well, hey, that's the breaks. Again, it's nice to be opening up Stellar Crown after so long, but we still want to see some good stuff come out right here. So far, just the ace to show for, and we got 2 packs already left here. Let's see what it's gonna have to go up against for White Flare now, because again, it's going up basically 1 White Flare, 1 Black Bolt, 1 White Flare, 1 Black Bolt, just like that. So it's also depending on the luck that we're getting for each set, which right now our Escalvier is basically the luckiest, because he's something that we need for the Coat Master set. And right now White hasn't given us anything we need at this point. But our last pack here. Oh, ho, ho! Speaking of the Terrapago saying that I've never pulled it, we ended up pulling him. Wow. Okay, so there's our second alt coming out from, again, nothing from the alt of black and white, but Terrapagos, our first alt. Well, my first time pulling him. First Terrapagos alt to come out, and again, And when we're saying that we've never pulled him, he ended up coming out. So again, Stellar Crown is bringing the heat. Not maybe in the quantity, but it's bringing it in the quality, because that's the second alt that we've pulled. The second alt that we've pulled in this video from Stellar Crown. Now let's see if our packs here from Black and White, which we're starting with a Pokeball. So our Pokeball and A-Specs already count in there. And there we got an EX. But again, that alt is going to be hard to beat. We need at least another alt, or maybe a monochrome, or depending on the quantities and how many we're pulling, we're going to see if we can count it, which I doubt we will, because if it's just Pokeballs, we don't get any Master Balls. A Lampent as well. Very nice. We already have Lampent, but Lampent is a nice one to pull as well. I'm going to take that down with this Esclavier right now, but basically we need to get a lot of these illustration rares in order to be able to even think of considering to go against our Terrapagos. Even though price-wise right now, like we checked him and he's like 36. On the screen is the price when I edit and upload it, but that's the price, guys. Not a big price. Again, Stellar Crown is like Obsidian Flames. It started off like with a big price, and then it started just going downhill with the prices. But again, pulling the alt is still the big deal here. But right now it's basically one Pokeball, an EX, and an illustration rare to consider against our Terrapagos, because again, the A-Spec is taking out one of the Pokeballs. So we need to see if anything else worthwhile comes out, because if not, then I'm definitely not even going to consider the fight against it, with another EX right there. And we got 2 packs left here. Again, it's not a horrible box. 2 EXs, 2 Pokeballs, and an illustration rare. We have 2 packs left. There can be something else in here. So again, we already had a 6-hit box, meaning we can still get more hits like this Pokeball, another Pokeball, and 1 more to go here. So again, that's already 6 hits. That's a 100% box. Let's see if in this last pack we get 1 more, but I don't think we can count it against the alt, because it's 3 Pokeballs in that set right there. So and another illustration there. So this is when we're gonna have to decide. 2 illustrations, 2 EXs, and 2 Pokeballs. Does that beat our Terrapagos? So we're gonna give it to Terrapagos, guys. Obviously, beautiful alt card, but again, right now he is number 3 in the set. Even if we compare all of these together, if he was a lower level alt, maybe we would have given it to him, because we did get basically 6 hits against that one. But he is number 3 in the set. He is basically the representer of the set. Like, he has his own art on the pack in one of these right here. I'm going to show you guys because we still got 1 more round. So can't really take the protagonist out of there. So we're going to give it to Stellar Crown. That's making it against 3-2, leaving Stellar Crown still a chance to tie, which we're going to see if that ends up happening right here. But right now, Stellar Crown, hit-wise, like you can see, we got 2 alts right there, even though they're not, again, the biggest price-wise. There's 2 above Terrapagos, but that's an alt and that's an alt. And they're not horrible alts. We could have gotten worse alts like Briar or something like that. So we did get 2 pretty good alts right there. Can't really complain, honestly, in my opinion. So pretty happy about that. I said we wanted to see some stuff in Stellar Crown after so long, and we did. So even if this round ends up being a letdown, I'm still happy. We got 2 alts from the stuff that I wasn't expecting to get anything, honestly. Stellar Crown has treated us nicely at times, but there have been times where it does leave us to hang. So let's see if in these last 3 packs we can get something worthwhile. And again, we've had these just put away because we wanted to put them against the bundles of Black and White when they got here. So if nothing ends up coming out anymore, at least we knew that we were sitting on 2 alts at least. But there's our code. Second to last, we got our low kicks. Nothing there. And last pack, will this last round be 0 hits for Stellar Crown? And all we need is a Pokeball from Black and White. Let's see. Our Drifloon. And it's an EX. So just like we were at the Terrapagos point, we went from a high to a low of the EX. But hey, like I said, can't really complain. We got one EX to beat in our last round. Very good. So now let's see if we can end on anything proper comparison-wise. Obviously, comparative, we can't really compare it to Dachshund and Terrapagos anymore because they were in their own round. But let's see if we can pull any alts. Obviously, the alt we need here is Genesect. So that would be an awesome one if we can get that. It would win round-wise and it would win hit-wise because we still need, again, we got the Escalier. We still need another 2 of the illustration rares. Speaking of the Genesect, we'll get EX Genesect. So already tied with those EXs. And you guys can see our big-ass pile over there and the little one here for our side of Stellar Crown. But honestly, quality-wise, the only one over here that we really wanted was Escalier. Obviously, there are obviously better illustration rares as well. Lampent, Pidove, they ain't cheap either, but they're 2 cards that obviously we're not missing or anything like that. So nothing came out here. That's why I just went through it. Can't really see much when you're just opening like that. And I'm obviously trying to keep it centered in the camera. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been uploading some of our big hits in shorts, so make sure to check out the shorts as well if you haven't been looking at them, but they're popping off and pretty happy that you guys are watching, and I'm really grateful that we are getting those views out of there too. So we got our Pokeball and our Landorus, and right now kind of sad right here too with our freaking, we only got an EX and a Pokeball at this point. So I wanted to see something nice come out of here, but at the end it's all coming down to luck with our Dweeble. Our Dweeble is a very cute card, and it's not cheap either. It's like a 20-buck illustration rare, which can't really complain about that either, like I'm saying. So, very cute card. And our last one here to go against our last round of Stellar Crown, which was beaten as soon as we pulled... Well, it wasn't beaten. It was tied as soon as we pulled the Genesect, and it was beaten as soon as we pulled the Pokeball. But now let's see how much it's beaten by with our Snivy and the Dweeble. So round number 6, final round, goes to Black Bolt. So to summarize, we're gonna start with Black and White because obviously in Black and White we did get some good stuff, but our alts and our big boys came out to play in Stellar Crown. We ended up getting 10 Pokeballs in total with Black Bolt and White Flare. And here are our EXs. Just in a quick overview, we got a good amount of EXs. I think we got 8 in total, or 9. Genesect, Jellicent, Superior, Bouffalant, Excadrill, those guys. Our only Master Ball in this one, we got our Electric. We got 2 Full Arts, our Fennel, and our Hydrogen. But we did get a good amount of illustration rares, where sometimes we don't really get much. We did get a good amount here. We got 7 illustration rares. Our Zweilious, our Zubat, our Scrafty, Escalier, which we needed, so that's a good one right there. Lampent, Pidove, and obviously our big boy here would be our Dweeble because his price, like I mentioned earlier, is like 20-something bucks. Okay, and then with Stellar Crown, I'm going to go through all of it because there is not much compared to with the Pokeballs and Master Balls. We did get 4 Ace-Specs, I think 3 different Ace-Specs that you could get in Stellar Crown. Our Deluxe, our Sparkling Crystal, and our Grand Tree. We did get a lot of Ace-Specs, which at least our Terrapagos and Galvantula are useful. Our Greninja as well. 2 Full Arts, our Kofu and our Cinderace. Silver Crown going to our boy Dachshund, which we did pull a little bit in like the middle of the video. And obviously our Terrapagos taking the Gold Crown when we were mentioning we've never pulled him, and we did pull him here coming back to Stellar Crown. So great hit there. But that's been the video, guys, and I've been Georgisaur. Hopefully you liked it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and share the video as well so we can have more people joining the community, seeing the kinds of stuff that we're getting. But that's been it. Hopefully you have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night whenever you're watching. Peace out.